local webcasting for a worldwide audience.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. You're listening to Saturday Live here on Radio Lewes, where the music matters. I'm Ben Fuller. I've got some great music. I've got some shameless self-promotion. And I might even have a couple of recorded interviews just to break the show up a little bit. Still no gig guides, of course, but you never know. They might just be coming. That's the silver lining I'm holding on to. Anyway, let's have some music. Stayed Awake All Night from Bachman Turner Overdrive. I picked that one because that has been an intermittent look at my life over lockdown. Been sleeping very badly, and I spent a lot of sleepless nights just simply because my routine's up the wall, and it's a bit like Groundhog Day. Thankfully, last night I did manage to get some kip, so hopefully I won't be making too many mistakes on today's show. That was released in 1973, their self-titled debut album, originally to be titled Brave Belt 3, as Brave Belt was the name of the group before they became Bachman Turner Overdrive. And although the album did not produce a true hit single, Blue Collar only managed to reach number 68 on the US Billboard charts. It was certified gold by the RIAA in 1974, largely pulled along by strong sales of BTO's two subsequent albums, BTO 2 and Not Fragile. Bit of ZZ Top to follow BTO. Oh, I love a bit of the Beardy Weirdies every now and again. ZZ Top from 1990 from the album Recycler, Give It Up. Not a single, but it did get a video. The album was the last to be certified by the UK, attaining silver in 1990. That was 60,000 units. I don't care, I just love a bit of ZZ Top now and again. And I love Volbeat. If you've not heard of Volbeat, they're from Denmark, and I think they're brilliant.
I don't know what it is that makes me love you so. I already
Yeah, Volbeat with their cover, Dusty Springfield's number 4 hit, I Only Want to Be With You. From 2005, from the album The Strength, The Sound, The Songs. Volbeat are Danish, as I said, formed in Copenhagen in 2001. They play a fusion of rock and roll, heavy metal and rockabilly. And I think they're fantastic. I hope there's going to be a new album out this year. There was some rumblings, and I will definitely be looking for that if it comes about. I think we'll have another one before I shove in some shameless self-promotion, just so you get a... Well, you won't get a change from the sound of my voice because I did the interviews, but, you know what I'm trying to get at. Anyway, this is U2. from 1987 from the Joshua Tree, Where the Streets Have No Name. I think I've played that too often. It's about the only one I really like from U2, which is why it gets a lot of airplay. Never mind. It is now time for a bit of shameless self-promotion. Follow the vapor trail.
I've managed to gate crash the studio again, and this time I've interrupted our own Steve Brooks at the vapor trail.
Yes, thanks, Ben. Yeah.
How you doing, Steve?
I'm doing fine, mate. Yeah, absolutely fine. Thank you.
We had to have a chat because it's been such a long time.
It has, hasn't
and
it? Yeah.
Your show has evolved.
Well, yes, that's one way of putting it. Yeah.
You started out and it was nearly all punk and just you, and since then you've had a myriad of guests.
Yeah.
And you've changed genre all over the place.
Yeah. I think what happened was we just kind of started doing little themes and stuff, and that got more people involved, and then got people wanted to come in and do playlists of their own. So we've had a number of different people come in, and that's kind of started to make it more eclectic. But I think there's still a kind of punk element in there. And but yeah, we've done all kinds of things. We've done we did a two-tone show. We've done recently did a show on the Lake Neil Innes, so that was kind of very musical. Done all kinds of things. Was it Australian New Wave? You know, whatever anyone wants to do, they're welcome to come in.
Well, it's really great that the show has really started to expand, and you've got your carers and sharers.
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
And you've decided to reward them with these really funky triangular badges.
Absolutely, yeah. That, kind of like Terry's old gits off, off Wogan, yeah. So what I did was I found a company online, and I thought, do you know, I'd do a badge. So I did these kind of triangular badges, and it says, quite simply, Radio Lewes, Vapor Trails, Care and Sharing. And I kind of did it in a way to make it look a bit like a Sex Pistols cover.
Well, of course, it's got to.
Yeah. And they're enormous.
They are, they're fantastic.
When I went to collect them, there was this great big box, and I was like, oh dear. And they're like about the size of oversized nacho, basically.
It's like an enormous, great big piece of Toblerone, isn't it?
Yeah, it is really. Yeah, you could probably use them if your car breaks down. Stick them outside in the road. But actually, everyone loves them. So anybody that basically has a request, or even someone that just shares the show online or whatever, or anyone that wants a badge, can get in touch with me on. There's Steve Vapor Trails on Facebook. There's Steve Vapor Trails on Twitter. We've got an email address as well. But if you just get in touch, I'll send you a badge out free of charge.
Well, there you go. What better way to get people to listen to your show and get involved?
Absolutely,
Get one of these Toblerone wheel
yes, absolutely.
badges.
And the thing is, if you do actually come into the studio, you get the ultra special and actually quite decently sized green ones, which just says access all areas. And that's kind of like the equivalent of a gold Blue Peter badge.
Well, there you go. I do have one of those badges.
Yes, you do. Yeah. God, the Chinese burn you gave me to get that.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually made him squeal.
Yes.
So, Vapor Trails is still published when?
It goes out every Thursday now, so we're every week at 5 p.m.
Oh, that was another increase. You've gone from fortnightly to weekly.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we're up to show 56 now, so we're rattling along at a fine pace.
Absolutely incredible. Steve, thank you so much for your time. I know you're busy. You've got to get on. I'll speak to you soon.
Cheers, Ben. Thank you.
And as a footnote to that interview, I'm very pleased to say that Steve has created another show. It's called Winkle Pickers and Floor Fillers. It's going to go out once a month. And it's a mixture of old advertising, pathé news clips, and music from the 50s, 60s and 70s. And I've just heard the first one, and I got to tell you, they are fantastic. So well done, Steve, for that. Next time for the second of 3 in a row for Irish bands. It's Thin Lizzy.
Change had much to say, but man, I still think them cats are crazy. They were asking if you were around, how you was, where you could be found. I told them you were living downtown, driving all the old men crazy. The boys are back in town, boys are back in town. I said, the boys are back in town. You know that chick that used to dance a lot? Every night she'd be on the floor shaking what she'd got. Man, when I tell you she was cool, she was red hot. I mean, she was steaming. And that time over at Johnny's place, well, this chick got up and she slapped Johnny's face. Man, we just fell about the place. If that chick don't wanna know, forget her. The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. I said, the boys are back in town. 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 Spread the word around. Guess who's back in town? You spread the word around. Friday night they'll be dressed to kill down at Dino's Bar and Grill. The drink will flow and blood will spill. And if the boys wanna fight, you better let them. That jukebox in the corner blasting out my favorite song. The nights are getting warmer, it won't be long. Won't be long till summer comes. Now that the boys are here again. The boys are back in town. 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 Spread the word around. The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. The boys are back. The boys are back. The boys are back in town again. Been hanging down at Dino's. The boys are back in town again.
Blue collar Jane lives in 54. Always got a teacup when she knocks upon my door. She just wants some milk and sugar, but all I want is her. Blue collar Jane, my girl, you're causing quite a stir. How we could be BLUE, COLLAOJANE. Oh baby, please, if you could see, then you'd agree that I love blue collar Jane and she loves me. Blue collar Jane, always in your town, never wears her hair up 'cause she's always dressing down. We got a four-wheel drive, you know that's how she gets around. Blue collar Jane, my girl, you knock me to the ground. Now we could be BLUE, COLLAOJANE.
That was the Stripes and Blue Collar Jane, the first single from their debut studio album Snapshot from 2013. And before that, Thin Lizzy, The Boys Are Back in Town from 1976 from the album Jailbreak. Three great Irish bands in a row. Well, we're into the first half hour of the show. I'm going to bring you another track and then we'll see where we go from there.
In New Orleans, they call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy. In God, I know I'm one. Tell your children not to do what I have done. Spend your lives in sin and misery in the house of the rising sun.
The Animals and House of the Rising Sun, recorded in 1964. It's a traditional folk song, probably has its roots in traditional English folk, but was collected in Appalachia in the 1930s. And as a traditional folk song recorded by an electric rock band, it's been described as the first folk rock hit, and it gave them a #1 in the UK, US and France. Going to play you one more, and then I'm going to give you a recorded interview. This is Slaves.
Oh, yeah. Put another O on your paycheck. Are you done digging your grave yet? Put another O on your paycheck. Are you done digging your grave? Put another O on your paycheck. Are you done digging your grave yet? Put another O on your paycheck. Are you done? You're dead already. Dead, dead already. Ready, dead already. Dead, dead already. Ready, dead already. Dead, dead already. Ready, dead already. Dead. Put another O on your paycheck. Are you done digging your grave yet? Put another O on your paycheck. Are you done digging your grave? What? Put another O on your paycheck. Are you done digging your grave yet? Put another O on your paycheck. Are you quite done? You're dead already. Dead, dead already. Ready, dead already. Dead, dead already. Ready, dead already. Dead, dead already. Ready, dead already. Dead. Cheer up, London. It's not that bad. Cheer up, London. You're already dead and it's not that bad. Cheer up, London. It's not that bad. Cheer up, London. It's really, really not that bad, is it? How could it be so bad when you're already dead? You're dead already. Dead, dead already. Ready, dead already. Dead, dead already. Ready, dead already. Dead, dead already. Ready, dead already. Dead, dead. Cheer up, London. Mind the gap. Thank you. Good night. See ya.
From 2015, from the album Are You Satisfied? That's Cheer Up London from Slaves. I always have a bit of a smile to myself when I think about this band. They're a punk rock band from Royal Tunbridge Wells. That just makes me smile. You can't think of anywhere more middle class with expensive afternoon teas. And a punk band. Just doesn't seem to fit. Anyway, that probably says more about the way my mind works than anything else. Never mind. I've got an interview for you now. On Thursday Lives, I've been talking to my fellow presenters on the phone to see how they've been getting on in lockdown, but some of them weren't available for the Thursday. So I had to record a couple, and this is Peter Kosmarski of the Music Factory. I'm very pleased to say I've got one of our newest presenters on the phone right now. Peter Kosmarski, how the devil are you?
I'm good, Ben. I'm really, really good. It's good to speak to you, even though I haven't seen you in the flesh for a little bit of time.
It has been a while.
Yeah, no, it certainly has.
Now, when did you join Radio Lewes?
Oh, Radio Lewes. It's got to be 4 or 5 months now, Ben. So I still feel a little bit of the newbie, even though Ian's Electronic 80s is the newest addition to the station. I was introduced to Lewes Radio by Lisa Lars from the A&E show. Who's a good friend of mine, and she suggested I come over to see what was going on, and 18 shows later, here I am. So, yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed digging out all the old stuff and new stuff to play. So, yeah, really enjoying it.
Excellent, and I'm very pleased to say that you have started recording at home.
I have started recording at home. As you know, I had a few technical issues right at the beginning of lockdown, setting up the home studio. I had to bin a couple of shows, but I'm back up and running now, and the show goes out on Sundays at 9 a.m, and I'm really glad to be back on air. But I do miss coming into the studio a bit, I must admit.
Yeah, it's not quite the same, is it?
It isn't quite the same. No, I miss all the faces and the banter, really.
And your show is the Music Factory.
It is a music factory, absolutely, yeah. Well, I went to school with a bunch of us went to school in the late 70s, and we pretty much missed the first wave of punk, but we were lucky enough to catch all the bands which were influenced by it. So it was just an explosion of new bands at the time, really, and they were just releasing new material sort of week on week. We could go to a different venue and see a band every day of the week back then. So I'm trying to bring a bit of that into the music factory, really.
Brilliant, because live music is something we're all sorely missing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
I can't actually remember the last time I saw a live gig.
No, do you know what? I can't remember the last live gig I did. Can I remember the last gig? Do you know, I can't. I really can't. But I'm looking forward to the next one. I can assure you of that. Yeah,
likewise, I'm sure. So, you know, everything's been disrupted. We're not in the studio. How are you coping with lockdown in general?
Well, I suppose like a lot of people, really, Ben. I mean, it's just sort of lockdown upon lockdown, and it's been a crazy year for everyone. But I feel as though we're sort of hopefully getting to the end of it now, and maybe we'll see a little bit more sort of normality. It'd be good to get society moving again, get people back to work and stop all this suffering. But like you said, go and see some live music as well.
Oh, wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
Peter, thank you so much for your time this morning. Would you be so kind as to pick a track for the show?
Yeah, I will do, actually. I mean, I'm a big Joy Division fan, as you know, Ben, and I vividly remember the release of their debut album, Unknown Pleasures, in 1979. It was a completely new sound to me, and it was quite a profound effect on a 16-year-old. I think it sounds as good today as it did over 40 years ago. And I think it would be appropriate to, debut album, track one, side one, and that song would be Disorder.
Disorder is by Joy Division. Peter, thank you so much, and I hope to see you soon.
Great speaking to you, Ben. You take care.
You too. Thank you very much.
Sensations make me feel the pleasures of a normal man. These sensations spare the insults, leave them for another day. I've got the spirit, lose the feeling, take the shock away. Faster, moving faster, now it's getting out of hand. On the 10th floor, down the back stairs, into no man's land. Lights are flashing, cars are crashing, getting frequent now. I've got the spirit, lose the feeling, let it out somehow. Sensation takes hold, then you know. Until the spirit, new sensation takes hold, then you know. Till
the spirit and sensation takes hold, then you know. I got the spirit, but lose a feeling. I got the spirit, but lose a feeling. Feeling, 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 feeling.
Disorder from Joy Division. My thanks to Peter for picking that one from their debut studio album Unknown Pleasures from 1979. Going back to our regular playlist now, and a song I haven't heard in a while. This is R.E.M.
Oh, life is bigger. It's bigger than you, and you are not me. The links that I will go to, the distance in your eyes. Oh no, I've said too much. I set it up. That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight, losing my religion, trying to keep up with you, and I don't know if I can do it. Oh no, I've said too much. I haven't said enough. I thought that I heard you laughing. I thought that I heard you sing. I think I thought I saw you try. Every whisper, every waking hour, I'm choosing my confessions, trying to keep eye on you, like a hurt, lost and blind fool. Oh no, I've said too much. I set it up. Consider this, hint of the century. Consider this slip that brought me to my knees, paled. What if all these fantasies come flailing around? Now I've said too much. I thought that I heard you laughing. I thought that I heard you sing. I think I thought I saw you try. That was just a dream. That was just a dream. That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight, losing my religion, trying to keep up with you, and I don't know if I can do it. Oh no, said too much.
From 1991, Losing My Religion from REM. An unlikely hit built on a mandolin riff. Garnering extensive airplay on the radio as well as on MTV and VH1 due to its critically acclaimed music video. It became REM's highest charting hit in the US, reaching number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100 and expanding the group's popularity beyond its original fan base. I think it's a fantastic track and I think it's a fantastic album. I haven't listened to that in a very long time.
Of her hair, like a cheap distraction for new affair. She knew the finish before it began. Lost the plan. You wanna make her suicide blonde. Love devastation, suicide blonde. You wanna make her suicide blonde. Love devastation, suicide blonde. To the beat, but it close stay on. White light in the world, but you can't see a thing. Such a squeeze, a mad sad moment. Glory to you, take me there. Take me there. Oh.
From 1990, Suicide Blonde, the first single from INXS' 7th studio album X, reached number 2 in Australia, number 9 in the United States and number 11 in the UK singles charts. Like I said, I have developed a greater appreciation